Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anointed Lady TV, the home of news and politics. If it is your first time in this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you like what we do on this channel, hit on the subscribe button. Also put on the notification bell so you'll be notified by YouTube anytime we drop a new video. And if you are returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back to watch our videos. On this platform, we drop videos every day and we react to every video that come our way. And on this very video, I will be watching with you. And after watching, let's go to the comment section and drop our opinion constructively. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. See you next time in my next video.
Abuja is Nigeria's federal capital city. It is one of the most expensive cities to live in the world. The rural-urban drift has taken many Nigerians to lands they hope to actualize their dreams in. But those dreams gradually become more and more unattainable when they are faced with the realities of living in such cities. For instance, the issue of high rent. This challenge forces many of them to the margins of these cities. Many are forced to set up and live in shanties. Those who cannot live in these places choose the option of going back to their villages. But the natives of Lungu community in Gwarimpa, Municipal Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), are from here. They are original inhabitants of the FCT. They are accusing a ministerial task force of unlawfully destroying their properties, shooting at them and beating anyone who got in their way.
We'll not get anywhere. Go. Indeed, you know, just two places where your grandpapa, your grandmama, or them, where them born them, they come the born children, them born horse, who to come the born children. Now the same place where they will not the waka anyhow. Now we don't know where we want go. Those buildings where they see them. Now our houses were demolished for that 9 years pass. Now our houses and then that man come build those houses. The thing not do up. You still come again. You want to finish the houses. Where we want go? We not get where we want go. We not get where we want go. We not get where we want go. I doubt my mother. How you go marry? Come back and doubt your mama. The life man know where they will give me sit down. I deal with them. That's how I go do forever. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know. If the place where our father-in-law live himself. Boko Haram push them. Since yesterday, said the sinner bush with the we want working. But they help us a bit.
In a bid to restore Abuja back to its master plan, the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) from time to time demolishes shanties and other illegal structures. The administration says these illegal structures have become a den of thieves and other criminal elements. This represents a constant threat to the security in the Federal Capital Territory, it adds. In July, the chairman, Ministerial Community on Sanitation, made an announcement of the commencement of massive demolition of illegal structures in some parts of the FCT. He emphasized that unauthorized buildings are being used to perpetrate some criminal activities, thus necessitating the demolition. This is Asabe Abina. She is an indigene of the Lungu community of Gwarimpa. She tells us how her father lost property to developers.
Say they go life for government say, na thief, when they come to shoot. Na indige, don't turn the thief because they no agree make they demolish their houses. As them they say they don't get money, they there for us stay. Our houses, they don't call a rat house, na bacha. Where women be they live. And even then a bacha they live, but they breathe. Make them live away, they manage in life.
If Asabe and her people were hoping for a respite, what happened next shocked them all. On the 28th of October 2021, the Ministerial Joint Task Force stormed the locality. Policemen and military personnel arrived on that day, creating panic after they fired gunshots and brutally enforced the demolition order. This move to deploy lots of security operatives was apparently so because members of the community had earlier chased the Joint Task Force that visited the area to demolish some parts of the community.
This is the fourth demolition they came that last month, 28th of September. The first one they came, I was in school. The second one I was still in school. We were all in school, my brother. Then the third one they came, we were around. That third one, we stood our ground. Because that day they didn't open fire. They threw tear gas, of course, but we stood with forts and they ran. We could even seize the bulldozer they brought. Of course, we burst out the tires. We condemned it somehow. So after a month, the private developer sent some police from this Galadima division that they should come and beg the chief so that they will carry their bulldozer we seized. My dad said that he doesn't have problem with that. In fact, they should come and take it out from this road because they are even inconveniencing the community pathway. So they came. So it was after I heard rumor that they were fixing it, and I don't know the contract they had. Well, but when they were coming, we heard that the man, before he could fix the caterpillar or something, that he told them that he was not done. So they said that he has to fix the caterpillar, and he gave them condition. I don't know the contract they had, that if they fix it, they will come and do the right thing for him, the demolition for him. I think it was when they fixed it. But this time around, they didn't come with one, they came with two, with enough army and police, task force, well armed.
Nigeria's security personnel have continued to come under fire over their handling of demolition orders. But the question begging for answer is, must such demolition orders by the FCTA result in gunshots, molestation of youths and aged indigents?
Don't come again for this month will end. As they demolish my house, this is my mother. This one is my father. Now I there with my father. All the houses, they don't feel count them as my father built. For me with my brothers, they don't demolish all the houses. It's this company only me, in a family house with them now. With my husband, I there with my father because no way we will live again. That day when they come, they beat my father. They beat my mother. Like in a goat, I've been a cow, what did they hit? They know if man or a woman the way they breathe like a them. They even said they don't do what they send them to do.
To find out what happened between the residents and the task force officials, Roots TV team visited the site. The FCTA administration is keen to paint this as a clean-up operation. It says that discoveries during the demolition was just the tip of the iceberg. Be that as it may, these indigents are bemoaning their fate as they continue to lose their lands and houses to demolition. In separate interviews, they accuse the FCTA of not giving prior notice before any demolition. In the midst of all this, came reports that FCTA is deeply unhappy that residents allegedly attacked the officials and security personnel on site with stones. This has been denied by the indigents.
We never attacked him for once. We only tried to defend. Remember when this one of our youth was saying something about this last one? Because they are lying that we are the suspect, that we attacked them first. No, it is not true. We have a vigilante in this community. Luckily that day they were having meeting. So when they had the gunshot, they have to come out. Of course, that is one of their duties, to come and protect. Maybe they were thinking it's the robbers, armed robbers also. So they have to come out. Of course, they have hunter guns. This I think they call it hunter guns, I think. But they didn't even come with it. You heard what one of my brothers said, that they followed them after every incident. They followed them to their office. They beat the hell out of them. They shot them on their legs. My uncle is one of the vigilantes. They shot him on his leg, and one of the which is still on treatment now. So they took that gun. That is the gun they are now using, that we are the one that started. And even the gun is not even, the fire is still there. You know, it's one shot gun. So the fire is there. That it has not been shot. But they are still using it against us that we shot them.
During the operation, FCTA officials were accused of beating up an aged man and woman. Both were left with bruises on their bodies. Their offense? Trying to get in the way of the demolition. In another account, Diko Yerima, a resident and the junior brother of the king of the community, narrowly escaped death after receiving some beatings from military personnel, who later traced him to his house. the officers allegedly shot into the ceiling, thinking he was hiding there. The woman you see here is a widow. She is left with only one son after 3 of her daughters died in 2021. She is now homeless and living in abject poverty, as the houses built by her late husband have also been demolished. Following the demolition, if I knew there was going to be any demolition, I would have moved all my properties out of the house. But they never mentioned there was going to be any demolition. I have 3 children, which are now not around because we all stay in this house where I take care of them, do my business and pay for their school fees. And now, the house is no more. I am in God's hands right now. It is only God who knows what He wants to do with me. If not for Him, I know no one. Any help you have to offer me, I am open to it. That's all I have to say. This is Joseph Abuja. She was just recovering from a brief illness when all hell broke loose. She was also chased and beaten by men in military uniform. She said she cautioned them from pointing a gun at her grandfather.
They started showing tear gas, start shooting up and down. Both the women that were dead, they were beating the women. I was also struggling, running. There are some entrances here, I was following there. So when I came, I entered our house, I was crying. They were following houses by house, entering people's houses, beating them, shooting gun all over. And then when I came, I saw one of the soldiers pointing gun at my grandfather. I was like, he does not see. I want to enter my house, I want to see my grandfather. I want to see my grandfather. Due to the way they were behaving, I started insulting them. I was insulting them. Then one of the soldiers dragged me outside. He asked me to sit down there. They started beating me. One wanted to use one of the sticks that I was holding on his hand to hit me on my legs. One was holding this, there is one wire that is very big. They joined it together. He was hitting me on my legs. Up to date, look at this scar. It's still here. I still have this scar on my legs. I was crying.
We also visited the palace of the community head. He was not around when we came calling. We were informed that he had been running around to source money to treat his son, who was also allegedly shot in the jaw by soldiers. But we are able to meet with Sèériøùśly Sèériøùśly, one of the princes who narrated to us how his father, who is a community head, was also beaten by the soldiers and got his phone damaged. The people we spoke to told us this operation was well coordinated. They claimed the task force had details about them, especially the indigents at hand, as they could recognize every one of them before attacking them. Emmanuel, who sustained an injury on his leg, was chased on the second day of the demolition by the task force officials while coming from the farm. Back to Sèériøùśly, the community head's first son. This experience was a life-changing one for him. He will need a series of surgeries to be able to eat and talk normally again. This is how he communicates now, writing on a paper. Sèériøùśly Sèériøùśly is Sèériøùśly's younger brother. He has had to relive a moment that has changed the life of his older sibling again and again. His pain is tempered by the fact that his brother has now had his first surgery.
Even before they started the surgery, they told us that this injury is not a small something, so it's going to take stages of surgery. And I said, okay, we have to look for source, look for fun and stuff that we could do the first stage. We are praying that the second stage will not even come up because we have faith. But when we went last week, the doctor said we have to do the second stage for him because there are some bones. In fact, this chin was not there. It's plastic that is there now, and there are some things that are holding his lower jaw and his teeth. The teeth are not even much. Here is gone, so he can't even eat right now. Since that incident, he has not eaten solid food, just fluids. He's taking water, maybe some drinks, pap and all those, but he can't take in any solid food.
Sanya briefly complains that the community has been experiencing ill treatment for over 8 years from a private developer who has left many of the residents homeless as their houses were demolished.
No more Lungu community anymore. Our mommy like this, all of us we are sleeping outside here. Yes, so.
These are men who were landlords or tenants who had a roof over their heads. But all that is gone now. They have had to come together to live either with other families in a church, under trees, and in a small room provided for them.
The night you go see here full. We see sleep everywhere.
As they bring, I only me help these people because if you see grass here, now we don't even know what to eat this night. How many? You can be using this if you see people there inside. So much children.
Yeah.
See some load. What's them? Now this one is safe to airport. So like how many families inside? Now because of this demolition, they break about it.
Bundles of human beings. Bundles of human beings. Inside this room, bundles of people here, and I will be sleeping outside. Me, I sleep in the car. I'm not happy for that. I sleep in the car.
If friend come now with the roll, come here, come see. If friend finish, we go come outside. Come like that outside with our children.
Sanya therefore is pleading with the authorities to come to their rescue and free their community from the hand of the said developer.
We want our community to be free from this man's hands. First, we want the government to treat us as a special because we are natives of this land. Before the FCTA came, we are here. We are supposed to be first-class citizens of this place, and we deserve to be treated well. But yet, we are being threatened even with our lives and properties.
Efforts to get the reaction of the chairman, FCT Ministerial Committee on City Sanitation, Atta Ikaru, on these allegations were not successful as repeated calls to his lines were not answered at the time of filing this report.